Coming up on SUTV, information about Soda Nerd and Red Rock Climb.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Tanner Savage.
And I'm Adrienne Jensen. Students eager to experience the adventure of a lifetime will be glad to hear about SUU's Dungeons & Dragons Club. We sent Tanner Savage for more information.
The SUU Dungeons & Dragons Club is one of the largest clubs on campus, with around 200 members. The club meets every Wednesday at 6 in the general classroom, room 107, where the club presidency conducts club business and makes announcements before splitting off into playgroups.
I help get the rooms for everyone to play in and help associate all the players into different groups, into different games, so that we can all play as a community.
Dungeons & Dragons is a fantasy role-playing game where players take on the role of adventurers as they try to overcome the obstacles that the dungeon master throws at them.
It's really fun on my end. I love the organizing. I love helping people, giving DM workshops to help DMs become better DMs, figure out things that they're struggling with. And overall, it's kind of my therapy in the middle of the week where I can come in and just goof off.
The game requires both skill and luck as the players roll dice to determine their success in difficult situations. The D&D Club welcomes players both well-versed and new to the fantasy role-playing game and is a safe space for all players to come enjoy a fun time.
My experience with D&D has just been really fantastic. I've made friends, and just the adventures and the memories I've made are just so fantastic. If you come to D&D, you get...
International Affairs is a place that international students can get help. The International Affairs is a support office that helps international students prepare to study at SUU, such as transitioning from schools and making visas. They host events such as the Day of the Dead event, and they have information about study abroad that students can get.
Tanner Savage.
They also have international student advisors, so students don't have to worry about problems with language. For more information about International Affairs, here's Alex Curtis.
So here at SUU, we have about 750 international students on campus or enrolled in classes at SUU. So our job here in the International Affairs is to help support international students with that transition into a new culture here in the United States. We help them maintain their student visas, so helping them with immigration questions they might have, advise them on immigration problems that they may be experiencing, things like that.
Some SUU students have yet to try Soda Nerd. With a different amount of combinations to choose from, Soda Nerd helps you enjoy some of your favorite soda beverages by letting you mix your favorite beverages into your own perfect combination. And soda isn't all they have. They also have a variety of smoothies to choose from, as well as they also serve sliders, grilled sandwiches, and soup in case you want a bite to eat. All their food items are sealed in a container to keep your food fresh for those who are in a rush. Soda Nerd is located inside the SUU library for those who want to try it.
I like that it's on campus and that it's a soda shop. That's about it. So this is the third time I'm here, so I can't really say I have a favorite yet. Anything with Dr. Pepper is usually my favorite though.
Sigma Chi kicked off this week with their Derby Days. The Derby Days is a week-long fundraising event for the Hunter Cancer Foundation. Monday was the kickoff of Derby Days, with events planned every day this week. At the kickoff, there were many fraternity brothers and sorority sisters looking to get involved in the fundraising campaign. The vice president of Sigma Chi introduced the 4 teams competing in the Derby Days and pledged that the SUU chapter would raise $20,000 to contribute to the national goal of $20 million. A representative from the Hunter Cancer Foundation was also present to award Sigma Chi with a plaque for raising $20,000 for last year's campaign. Each Sigma Chi brother also received a $20K fundraising pin that is now part of their regalia. TJ Bunting explains why this fundraising is so important.
The fact that the Huntsman Cancer Institute puts forth so much effort in trying to research and find a cure for cancer is very noble. My grandfather had prostate cancer. It took a hard toll on my family, and it was really hard. I just hope nobody ever has to go through the pain, the sorrow, the suffering of having a relative or having themselves go through that cancer.
Heading home for Thanksgiving this year, a select group of students accompanied SUU outdoors on an exciting rock climbing trip down south. Here's Jared Clausen with more.
SUU Outdoors took students on their final overnight adventure trip of the semester from November 18th to November 20th, a rock climbing trip to the popular Red Rocks National Conservation Area just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's been pretty fun. I can't deny the fact of being able to have a cool, decent adventure and meet some cool people, cultivating relationships, building new ones, and being able to do certain things that I can't normally do on a daily basis on my own time. It's been fun.
The group piled into the van on Friday afternoon and headed for Nevada, where they camped just minutes from the climbing wall. The following morning, they tried their hands at the crag known as the Penny Wall, climbing routes ranging from 5'7" to 5'9", such as Boxer Rebellion and Brief Encounter.
I think that it was, honestly, it was amazing. It was more than I thought it was going to be. You know, for $35, you can get to travel down to Nevada. You get to camp in the gorge. You know, we've been climbed all day yesterday, climbed all day today. It's I feel like I've learned so much on this trip.
Deciding on which side from here to
As
there.
the fall semester comes to a close, students look forward to what SUU Outdoors has in store for spring.
His pack on, and then my pack.
If you're looking for a cheap, fun trip,
So Soda Nerd in the library seems like a really good place to go. I've only been there once to have hot chocolate, but it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, I really love the different flavors that they have on all of the different sodas you can mix in. I remember when it used to be called Soda Run, but Soda Nerd is a really cool place. I really enjoy the things that they have there. It looks like the Derby Days were pretty successful. You know, I think it's really cool that they get together to fundraise for the the Cancer Foundation, and
yeah.
I think it's really cool that they're able to, join in all around the country for that $25 million goal to fundraise. You know, it's a really great goal to, try and do that to better and help raising for that.
Yeah, and I certainly hope that they succeed. You know, cancer is something that we all have had problems with, I guess, and so I just hope they succeed in helping fundraise for that, helping people get cures and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely is. I definitely think that the fundraising hopefully went well last year. They were able to meet their goal, so hopefully they'll be able to do it the same this year as well.
All right, yeah, that would be good. Okay. Coming up, a story on the new bike lanes and information about Thunder 91.
Stay tuned for more here on SUTV News.
Your password isn't secure. There's nothing that a hacker loves more. But there's an easy thing you can do to prove the logger in is you. Authenticate, strong authenticate. Make your logins extra safe. Protect your identity from tragic fate. Authenticate, strong authenticate. Use your fingerprint, your face, or a code. At home or work or on the road. 2 steps are safer than 1 or 3 or 4. And keeping data safe is so much fun. Authenticate, strong authenticate. Make your logins extra safe. Protect your identity from tragic fate. Authenticate, strong authenticate.
The annual Cedar City Sheep Parade was a big hit this year as spectators lined up all along Main Street to watch the event on October 29th. The Sheep Parade is the highlight event of the Cedar Livestock and Heritage Festival and probably one of the most unique parades in the country. Approximately 1,000 head of sheep are herded from pastures up Cedar Mountain down Cedar City's Main Street. The parade provides an exciting glimpse of the Old West and its livestock heritage to spectators along the route. Horses, wagons, antique tractors, and historic and modern sheep camps also take part in the procession.
I like it as a resident. Lots of people come into town for this event. It's kind of one of Cedar City's biggest events of the year. It's kind of fun. A lot of the kids love it.
On November 11th, the LDSSA held an event in the Hunter Conference Center. The LDSSA held its annual golf formal, and it was so popular that they sold out of tickets the second day they were on sale. The formal started with a dinner, which the guests really enjoyed. After the dinner, they moved all the tables and started dancing. The guests had an absolute blast, and some of them said that they would be sure to come back next year.
The food was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, but it was pretty good. And dancing is just starting, so we haven't really started that yet, but I'm sure it's going to be really fun too.
As the World Cup continues, SUU fans are watching with the new TV in the living room. With the beginning of the World Cup, soccer fans usher in a grand carnival every 4 years. SUU prepared a huge screen for T-Birds to watch the World Cup together, free of charge. You can enjoy the big screen and have fun with other fans, share every exciting moment with your friends, celebrate for your favorite team, and get a chance to relax as the final week of the World Cup arrives soon.
I think it's really exciting. When I saw that they were building the TV, I was like, this makes me more motivated to come and watch the games. I'm Mexican, so I'm really excited to be watching the game right now, and it's a good opportunity because not everyone has the access to like pay for the subscriptions, and then you're watching them with friends, so it makes a whole other environment that is really fun, and it unifies even though there's a lot of international and native students here.
Thunder 91.1 is SUU's radio station here on campus. Here's Dylan Dalton with more.
Southern Utah University is the only school in Cedar City with their own radio station. Thunder 91.1 is a radio station where students can work part-time jobs, help with local radio events, and manage music and sound bites that go on the air.
You're listening to Thunder 91.1, the funkiest radio station in Cedar City. So Thunder 91 is a student-run radio station. We do a lot of production here in the production room. My position is the music director and the program director. So I pretty much say what goes on air in terms of like what shows and all that stuff. And also I pick out the music that goes on air. So hopefully you're all liking it.
Communication students also have a chance to shine on the air. Once a week, audio production students have a 1-hour-long radio show to experience what it is like to be a radio DJ. They get to create their own radio persona and handle. Students practice voice breaks, queuing up the music, and taking calls from listeners.
All right, that last one was Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts. Have you guys seen the snow outside today? Last I checked, I'm pretty sure it was October, and it's like December now. I don't know. I don't get it. Next up, we got 24 Frames by Jason Isbell. Thunder 91.
Thunder 91 is a non-commercial educational radio station licensed to Southern Utah University, and so the purpose of the radio station is to give students of Southern Utah University an opportunity to do radio, and we give them opportunities to be on the air and like be DJs, and then as they go further in the radio program, they can be music directors, program directors, production directors, and kind of get all aspects of a radio station and how a radio station is run, from the business side to the programming side and on-air side. So I hope it's a lot of fun. It's certainly, if you enjoy radio, it's a good time.
Despite a radio show counting towards their grade, the chance to be able to practice a radio show while going to school is more beneficial than classroom learning. From SUTV News, I'm Dylan Dalton.
New bike lanes are here in Cedar City. Here's more from Barry Ives.
SUU students returning fall 2022 noticed a new bike lanes on the streets around campus.
I'm so excited about getting the bike lanes for SUU. Right, it's really unusual for a university campus not to have bike lanes, and it's been decades that we did not have a consistent bike path around all of campus. So for me, as a bike commuter, I ride my bike to work every day. I go home for lunch every day and make sure to get out and get into the sun. It's been fabulous. I just love it. And the other thing I love about it is the number of people, faculty, and students on campus who are now riding their bikes and who didn't used to ride their bikes. So that's fabulous. It makes me feel great about the project and really good about how this is working for the community.
The project is a collaboration between UDOT, Utah Department of Transportation, Cedar City, and SUU, with the goal of increasing biking and walking safety for SUU and the surrounding community in what is called active transportation.
And of course, dollars always rule. We didn't get everything we wanted because we didn't have enough money, but I think it's a vast improvement over what we've had before.
The bike lanes cost $700,000 and was funded by the Utah Department of Transportation. The project was not able to secure financing for the green paint that is normally associated with bike lanes due to a $90,000 price tag for paint.
I like the bike lanes. I think there's a lot of good
with them.
The new bike lanes have caused some confusion on 300 West where vehicles parked diagonally. There have been impeding both traffic and bike lanes, causing citations to be issued.
They're a great resource for the community and for our campus community as well. But the important part now is educating everybody so they can keep them safe, because just because you have a designated line doesn't mean you're going to be safe traveling. You still have to be aware of your surroundings and the drivers. And so until everyone really understands that and slows down, then you got to be careful.
With the increase in the student population at SUU and parking becoming more difficult to find, the university hopes more students will take advantage of the new bike lanes and engage in more active transportation. It may take a while for students to use the bike lanes, but city planners are hoping that this will encourage people to get outside and be more active in a safe way. For SUTV News, I'm Barry Ives.
The SUU bookstore sold sword and knife replicas during the Shakespeare competition. The swords and knives were extremely popular not only with the visitors but also with the students on campus. The replicas were sold at good prices, and the bookstore sold out almost all their replicas before the competition was even over. The bookstore started selling these after they became too popular to be in the little booths set up near the Adams.
Want more information about the swords and knives? Here's my co-anchor, Adrian Jensen, with more.
Coming of the Utah Shakespeare competition brought plenty of theater students to the SUU campus. They were on campus for 3 days and had no shortage of things to do. Among those things to do was to shop at the campus bookstore. The bookstore was selling knife and sword replicas especially for this occasion.
It's just a very popular item with the Shakespearean Festival crowd.
The swords and knives were extremely popular with the visiting students, and some left with more than one replica. The replicas were very impressive, and students walking past the bookstore would stop and go in just to see what was going on.
These are actually items that started out originally up in the Shakespeare gift shops. And when the high school Shakespeare competition would come, they would buy so many of them for the schools and also some of them personally that we had to move it out of the stores because they were small and into the bookstore. And so where there was more room.
Okay, we hope that the bookstore brings new and exciting things to sell, and that the Shakespeare competition will bring new and awesome people to campus.
Well, it looks like Thunder 91 is a pretty cool organization here on campus. You know, it's really cool that they offer students that opportunity to go and be on the radio and have that kind of experience. It's definitely something you wouldn't find in many other places.
Yeah, SUU is a really good school to helping their students get experience on things like, you know, going out there and being on, you know, cameras and stuff, and being able to do radio shows, that kind of stuff. We're really good at that.
Yeah, they do a really good job of giving hands-on experience to their students. One thing I thought was really cool, the World Cup broadcast on those giant screens. You know, it seems really fun that they're able to provide that for the students in the living room with that. I mean, I saw them putting that up, and it took a while, but man, that thing is that thing's big.
That too.
Definitely an interesting screen to watch those sports on.
Yeah, it's really nice to see all of the big things on there. I've watched like part of the FIFA World Cup, and fortunately I'm sometimes in class. A lot of times I'm in class, so I haven't seen all of it, but what I have seen has been pretty cool, especially on that screen. Coming up, a story on the SUU bookstore.
And the Cedar City Lights. We'll be right back.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. We're the family.
Yeah!
Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait, just...
The SUU bookstore is now selling Christmas items. At the entrance on the bookstore, customers can see several Christmas celebration items, such as Christmas trees, snowmen, and Santas. They are selling mugs, wreaths, cushions, Santa Claus statues, key holders, and tumblers. The sales began on November 30th and end at the end of the semester.
In more Christmas news, Cedar City started its transformation to a winter wonderland November 21st. The city was busy hanging lights and setting out Christmas decorations in preparation for the holiday lighting ceremony that took place Saturday, November 26th. The evening of the 26th, there was food trucks, hot chocolate, cookie decorating, and a photo booth to enjoy. The city also held a Christmas tree decorating contest and gave out prizes to the crowd. As the crowd was waiting for Santa, there was a dance performance and Christmas carols sung by everyone present. Santa Claus arrived by helicopter and counted the crowd down for the turning on of the lights. Once the lights came on, there was a fireworks show to end the ceremony.
SUU's International Education Week opened up with a FIFA tournament on November 15th. Students of all backgrounds came together to compete in the popular video game in tournament style. Participants got to add the event to their International Education Week passport for a chance to win a $200 study abroad scholarship, along with other gifts.
It's a week that we do every single week. We kind of just want to bring a little bit of awareness to our international programs, to our students, kind of connect people to some global ideas. So like, you know, like this event here is to connect, you know, soccer's kind of the universal connector other than dance. That a lot of kids really enjoy, so we wanted to bring that in. All of our events and everything we do.
Students held Thanksgiving this year here on campus. SUU hosted a free night with dinner and painting on November 15th. Friends got the chance to catch up and laugh over dinner as they painted to their heart's content. They were also able to add their thoughts to the gratitude to look forward to the event again next year.
SUU's Native American Student Association held an Indigenous Peoples Day celebration on October 10th in the Student Center. The event featured a variety of Indigenous performances and showcased work from different Indigenous artists. Attendees of all ethnicities were able to attend to learn more about the cultures and join in some of the dancing.
Southern Utah University geoscience students got together Wednesday night to get valuable information from the SUU Career Center. Students received an hour-long presentation on the many different services available to them. This included resume writing and templates, grad school applications, and available internship opportunities. The Career Center also showed the students how to use Handshake and how to get letters of recommendation. Geoscience staff was also present to answer any questions that students might have had and provided pizza to the famished students. The Career Center is located in the Student Center on the second floor of the Rotunda.
Ever wonder what it's like to run a business? Here's Dylan Dalton with more.
The Larry H. and Gail Miller Center for Entrepreneurship has a one-credit course called the Speaker Series. During this Speaker Series, founders, business owners, and CEOs come to SUU every Tuesday for a 50-minute presentation on business. The speakers will share with the class about their experiences running a business and all the trials they have faced. Students then can take the skills they learn and apply to their own businesses.
The Entrepreneurship Speaker Series is a class where we have different successful entrepreneurs from a range of like just starting a business all the way to like millionaires, where they come and share their entrepreneurial journey, where they show how they become successful, things that work, things that don't, just try to motivate students.
The center also has various business challenges where students and Cedar City members alike can come and pitch their business idea to multiple judges and win prizes up to $25,000.
The biggest thing the Entrepreneurship Center has to offer is the practicum class. That's where you get to develop your business and push it farther. You set goals for yourself. You literally spend the whole semester working on it, and you can take it up to twice. So that's a full year of working and developing your business.
The Entrepreneurship Center and its courses provides interactive and meaningful information for students so they can then apply to their own lives that cannot be learned from a textbook. I'm Dylan Dalton from SUTV News.
The International Affairs Office hosted a meaningful event here for girls. Here's Chris Chaw with more.
On November 18th, the International Affairs Office have an event called Days for Girls project at Global Landing. In this event, students made kits for girls. The contents of kits are the FG pad, washcloth, and care and use sheet that gives information to help girls periods and engage in livelihood activities. Here's William Harrison for more.
So the purpose of Days for Girls is we actually make reusable hygiene kits for those in other third world countries who don't know, are not experienced in the ways of taking care of their menstruation cycle. So what we do is we make liners, we also make the pad portions, and bring those and give these kits to those who need help with, learning how to take care of menstruation cycles.
This event shows students about the main goal of Days for Girls campaign.
Days for Girls is a national non-profit organization where we strive to help girls that either don't have the financial means to buy pads or hygienic products, or who just don't know about exactly what's happening with like their menstrual cycle type of thing. And so what we do is we make little kits. This is a kit. We have our little logo on there, Days for Girls, where we make reusable pads for these girls. They're good up to 3 years if you clean them correctly. We hand make them like with the liners that absorb like the blood. We also have other little things in there for them like soap. We have a little towel. We also have a pamphlet that kind of explains the menstrual cycle, what's going on. There's some regions in the world where people don't really know too much information about what's going on with girls and like the whole menstrual cycle. Some places it's even seen as taboo to even be on your period, and so these girls have to stay in their house basically caged in for a whole week because of what's happening, and they can't go to school, they can't go out. And so Days for Girls is giving those days back to those girls so that they can go and just be a normal girl, right?
This event will help girls and women that have difficulty to learn about their body. For SUTV, I'm Chris Chow.
Well, it looks like SUU provided a pretty cool opportunity for students to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner before they headed off for Thanksgiving break.
They did indeed. I was able to go and we wrote down things we were thankful for, and it was a really good experience. I liked it.
I always enjoy this time of year with the different holidays, Thanksgiving to be grateful, and Christmas just around the corner, which we saw with the new items at the bookstore. SUU selling all kinds of different Christmas merchandise and things to get ready. Looks like they had a fun time at the Christmas lighting ceremony. I always love seeing the Christmas lights going up down Main Street. They're always so pretty to watch, and just walking down Main Street, seeing all the Christmas lights. So it's a really fun experience around this time of year.
Yeah, I was driving down the Main Street with my brother, and he was like, "Wow, all these lights are so pretty." And I was like, "Yeah, they weren't there at the beginning of the break, but
yeah,
they are now."
It's a lot nicer when they're there.
Okay, coming up, today's weather and sports.
Don't change the channel, because we'll be right back.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Today there is a high wind warning. The wind warning is in effect until 1 a.m. tomorrow. South winds are 25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts up to 65 miles an hour. So please be careful. The temperature is 45. There is a 90% chance of rain. The low is 33. Tomorrow the high is 43 and the low is 29. Saturday there is a 50% chance of snow and the high will be 46 and the low 29. Sunday it will be cloudy and the high will be 50 with the low of 33. Monday it will be cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 28. Tuesday it will be partly cloudy with a high of 41 and a low of 22. Oh. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. Make sure to tune in next time. From SUTV News, I'm Adrienne Jensen.
And I'm Tanner Savage.